All right, we're going into a big PVT series up here in the top left-hand side of the semi-finals of the EPT Weekly NA Cup. We have the Polish powerhouse. It is, of course, Gerald. Gerald of Protosia, known for his power in PvP especially. His PvZ late game is very good. I haven't seen too much of his PvT, and he has his work cut out for him because this man down here has revolutionized his TVT and TVZ lately. He has been destroying top Korean Solar, Cure in best of 3s and best of 5s recently. Can he bring that same power to his versus Protoss matches? This is Exxon's Special. So it is a clash between teammates there. Of course, Special lives in Korea, has for many years, but does hail from Mexico originally. I like to think of him as half Mexican, half Korean. He has always wanted to inundate himself in that culture and become a part of that Korean community. Good friends with TY, who's his mentor, and I think a lot of us remember that time when they faced off in GSL and he actually managed to beat TY in a head-to-head and eliminate him from the GSL, and I think that was a really special moment for Special where he evolved as a player. Recently, his most recent evolution involves him losing over a third of his body weight, getting really fit, and he's been just saying, hey look, in this shitty 2020, let's try and get healthy. And despite having a bad year of play, he's really just come back in the last few months in a big way and said, I am bringing out creative plays, very unpredictable plays, and lots of aggression, aggressive kind of harass your opponent and macro behind it, which is his specialty. He's so good at it. He's going to do a 2 Reaper Hellion opening, did hide the barracks. Now, Gerald saw the factory, and he goes Stalker first. Stalker, very good for shutting down early Reaper Hellion. Doesn't give him any aggressive scouting potential. It's just a good scouting unit. Another pylon goes down there to block the Reaper from jumping in. Nice wall off by Gerald. Reaper jumps up though, and that does of course provide vision. If we look at Special's vision, he sees the Twilight there, clicks on it, says, okay, you're doing a Twilight opening, no worries. And Robo immediately as well. So Gerald getting a lot of tech out. And this is the sort of build order where if Special was actually able to do some really just super all-in one-base build, you got a guy on one gate who's building very little defense. Definitely building 2 tech structures is a little dicey. However, battery tries to go down, but it's not ready just yet. I think Gerald wanted to wall that off. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, his Adept is out on the map. His Adept frantically recalling to the main base, but look at that. Where's the Stalker? The Stalker turned around. Oh, Gerald, he's got to get rid of the Hellion. Notice he would try to focus fire it, but Special steered that Hellion out of there. Oh, he doesn't quite finish off that that probe, unfortunately. And it looks like 3 kills, all he'll get for now, but a bit of mining time, 3 kills is not bad for Special, and he should be able to get out of there. Oh, maybe not, maybe not. Oh, actually, okay, he's going after that red hit point probe. He says, I will take you out, even if it costs me my life. And the Reaper, oh my god, he just slid off the edge. Did you guys see that? He got split in half by the Stalker shot and slid off the map. Oh man, what a way to die. Got chomped up probably by that thing, that piece of machinery. He just got super meat boyed. Holy shit. Invisible Widowmine drop coming in behind this, guys. 10 seconds, 8 seconds until the armory kicks in and they become invisible. So perfectly timed build, I believe. By the time these Widowmines fire, the armory will kick in. And there we go. Takes that out. Armory kicks in. The Stalker's like, oh shit, I can't see you. Where are the observers? It looks like he does bring an observer back and cleans that one up. Meanwhile, in the main, the Widowmine doesn't even burrow just yet. He says, let's waste as much mining time as I can, mate. Let's do it. I think he'll unburrow that. And he'll try to burrow it one more time, just wasting maximum mining time. Doesn't want to lose it, though. Does want to still... And you'll get 2. Ah, nice micro by Gerald. Does only lose 1. Another Widowmine drop coming in behind it, though. I was talking to Trigger. This is the exact same build Special did against Trigger today. And Trigger was asking some advice on what he could do better against it. And I was saying, look, you need to get a quicker 3rd base up while the pressure's happening. But most importantly, don't move out and just make sure you defend the 2nd wave of Widowmines correctly. Gerald, though, skimping on unit production. He's purely relying on just, like, splitting his probes up. And this is causing a lot of lost mining time. Oh, can he get that one before it fires? I like that he microed his observer to the left. Purposefully going, you know what? Let's make sure I don't get my observer hit by that splash. That would be a disaster. But nice micro by Special, denying lots of mining time. Bringing up that income tab. You can see Special's way ahead, despite doing a very one-basey, very slow expand opening because of all that mining time. That being said, there is a quick 3rd up in the midst of it. The Stalkers are going to try and chase that Widowmine down. Blink will be done in about 6 or 7 seconds with Chrono. We do get that Widowmine. Behind this, Reactor on the barracks up behind the Natural. 2nd and 3rd barracks on the way. Does have a Raven out and has now swapped the starport off the tech lab. And is going to try and move these buildings around. His buildings are in a little bit of disarray right now. I hate this armory placement. So both sides just going to try and get to that next stage. It's going to be Colossi on the way for Gerald in this scenario. A single Liberator starts up for Special, interestingly. Phoenix seeing nothing on that starport tells you it's either a single medevac and he's doing a sharp pressure, or it's a Liberator for harassment. Rare for that starport not to be building an add-on at this stage. Where's that Raven? Oh my god, he's already sent the Raven across. Oh wow. Nice bit of damage going down. Bit of a slow pull from Gerald. 2 probes go down. Mining time once again. He actually, I think, probably flew right past the observer, but I don't think Gerald was looking at it. Gerald looking for his own pressure. He wants to blink up and try to get rid of this command center. Command center is built in a very poor location because it's so easy to pick off from the low ground. Special, though, has a tank, a bunker, and a lot of bio. So Gerald blinks up here. I think seeing too much bio there, doesn't want to risk it. Oh, he's looking for the Raven. Oh, very smart. Very smart. And Gerald finds it. That's a dead Raven. And nicely done. Takes that one out. Special, though, this time he is doing a tank push with some bio. He's not bringing SCVs, so it looks like more of a feint than anything. Maybe hoping to catch the Stalkers in the middle of the map. Doesn't want to lose his siege tank, though. Uh-oh. Tank does try to pull back. He tries to pick it up, but no. Gerald gets the siege tank. A great snipe from Gerald. Liberator comes in on the third base as well. The Stalkers there. A good probe pull. Only loses 1 probe to it. The Stalker's just going to take that one on the face. Nice micro by Gerald. Stalkers get wounded, but do not die. Good trade here. Special is going to boost into the main, but dude, he's being a little ambitious right now, in my opinion. Yeah, he's going to float his third down. Yeah, he's doing a lot right now. Those units aren't too far away. Luckily for him, actually, a lot of the Stalkers did move down to the third. Battery overcharge will go down. Oh, he's going to get a few probes here for sure. 5 probes, gets the pylon, making +1. Is he going to hide in the back of this base? Where he's moved to, there's no real escape here. So he actually just is going to hide there. Okay. He says, well, at least this is going to force a lot of Stalkers to stay in the main. And Gerald pulls everything away. Oh my god, that means he's actually going to get to unload a lot of these Marines and Marauders, which means those Stalkers, a lot of them are going to die here. Yes, he'll get rid of this, but only after losing a lot of units. The bio stims in on that base, and that's a dead Colossus. He does focus fire on the Marines very nicely, but I think that's 2 dead Colossi even. Where's the shield battery? Can he get to it? Can he get to it? No! Gerald getting torn apart here. Special with a crazy drop in the main, senses weakness, and he is doing crazy damage. Bio on the third, just forcing that base to get out of there, and almost everything going down. Doesn't even have concussive shells yet. There's been so much action. Special hasn't even had time to think about those sorts of upgrades. This is absolutely wild. Marauder doing very, very well. Oh, man. Oh, man. Battery overcharge, he's just going to go for it. Special says, I got this game in the bag. I'm going to drop on top of your Colossus, Daddy. Daddy Longleg's going to get overwhelmed. Special, definitely, individually, you might be like, well, these trades are getting worse for him. The thing is, it's okay to take kind of messy-looking trades here because he's killing the power units. He's killing glass defenses. He's not giving Gerald time to get anything together. And it might not be the prettiest way of doing it, but boy, is it effective. Game 1 goes to Special. All right, into game number 2. Let's see if he can bring it back here. Just caught a bit out of position a few times in that last game. Not quite able to deal with all of those Widow Mine drops. A bit too much mining time lost, I do believe. This is Gerald. And on the left side of Blackburn. Hi, Blackburn. It's Special. And that, my friends, is a gas first. What could this be? I think we are going to see an expand into a Hellion drop. Right? What would the gas first be? I mean, the gas first can give you slightly faster factory and then starport. I think it'll be for a Hellion build. That's what I imagine. We're going to see just really fast Hellions. Now, if an Adept gets chronoed across from Gerald, he goes core before Nexus, chronos it across, especially if his probe delays the command center. I think he can delay the command center for a little bit. Then again, Special might just do Marine and get a bunker up. So I think, yeah, okay, so Special's going to do a Marine opening. He's going to do Marine, Factory, then Command Center, most likely. So I wouldn't be surprised. Are we spending a second SCV? So maybe it is CC before Factory. And he actually builds a Reaper. And sends an SCV scout. Oh, this is just looking like a very standard old school Reaper build. Fascinating. Maybe knowing that Gerald doesn't like to be aggressive with the Adept and he's just going to skip the bunker, which is... Because the thing is, you've got this 100 gas. You want to go straight for a factory no later than a minute 55 with a gas first opening. So the thing is, if you go for the factory now, well, you can't afford a bunker and a second depot. So I think he's relying on the Reaper keeping Gerald's Adept at home. I believe. Now, does he jump in the back door, I wonder? One thing you can do here is you can actually sacrifice your SCV. What you do is you leave it in the base, and basically, as long as it hangs around up here in the main and the natural, the Adept, it can't use its first shade to get across the map. Now, he's actually building an eBay to block the mining, which is very cute because the probes will have to go around that way to mine and kind of just blocks things a little bit. Especially it wants to be annoying, but I mean, that's not really the same sort of thing as a bunker, is it? And there's a Reaper, a Marine, and another Marine. So he's actually just going to try and overwhelm the Adept with 2 Marines and a Reaper, and he's building Hellions one at a time. Okay, fascinating. So I think, and he's building more Hellions, more Marines. I think we might see a fast medevac here. He does have his own command center down. It's a very cute engineering bay for now. Reapers and Marines do some nice damage. He can get rid of the shields, so he's getting actual damage on the Adept now, real damage. That damage is going to last. There's a Stalker here, though. Ooh, 3 Marines, a Reaper, and a Hellion. Is that enough? Takes a hit there unnecessarily. Oh, bit of an ambush. So Special comes out saying, hey, let's surprise him, let's ambush, but that Reaper's going to go down real quick. Reaper does pull back. eBay's still alive, still blocking the mining, being annoying. Adept goes in, finds a fresh meal. Reaper goes down. Hellion will get revenge for that. Says, how dare you? eBay still being annoying. Stalker has not found any big damage. Just little disruptions from Special. Notice these probes. He's going to cancel that. Does cancel it a little earlier than he needed to, but I would prefer that to leaving it too long. And there we go. Yeah, medevac and another Hellion. So he's just doing Hellions one at a time. He's going to do a 3 Hellion drop down over the map. Now, I think he might drop here. I think this is a better drop angle than the bottom left because a lot of people will build a pylon down there. We'll see what he opts for. He does clip that slow field a little bit. He might just try and drop there, but I really feel here are like the better drop angles, and looks like Special agrees with me. Maybe going just above that zone. Stalker sees it. Uh-oh. Special. 3 Hellions, enough to one-shot probes. If he can kill that 1 Hellion, this is much less deadly. Oh, nice focus fire by Gerald. Nice focus fire. That last Stalker shot means these Hellions have to double up their shots a little bit. Does get 4 probes. 4 probes ain't the end of the world. The Hellion... Oh, if he can get another... Oh, there's a shield battery in the main. So 1 Hellion doesn't do anything if there's a shield battery. He sees Blink at least. Gets the medevac out of there, right? Not the end of the world. I mean, you get 4 probes. It's not too bad, but a quick third base straight into Robo Bay behind us. So Geralt defending with the bare minimum of units. We've got a Banshee there on the way. Bunker filled up. Tank. Banshee, second barracks, third barracks before third command center. So Special has been getting a quick 3 barracks, but it's not super quick because he's always building lots of tech units early. But he will usually start his third command center around 6 minutes. So it's not I am pumping units non-stop off 3 racks and only building my third command center on location as I'm pushing across the map at 7 minutes 30. It's like sometimes 5:45 and he just puts a command center down, right? As his barracks are just starting to get on their add-ons and getting the production going. So it's a kind of cool mix between the two. He gets up his production, but he doesn't delay his command center too long now. That tank is in a very good position. So it's going to be... The Stalkers technically can wriggle behind the mineral line, but then how do you get out? You're so deep in territory if you go in there. Now the Observer, I think, saw what's up. So the Stalkers are going to do it. They do take a shot, but look at that. Oh, another tank and a bunch of Marines coming forward. SCVs, 4 SCVs go down. It's not the end of the world. Ooh, gets a volley on the Raven. Nice. The SCVs are being forced to fight, and he might have to cancel that depot. Oh, man. Yeah, this is a big disruption. That being said, the Banshee came in and just killed 5 probes on the third base during this. Stalkers with some nice focus fire on some of these Marines. Where is the rest of the bio? Taking a while to get down here is Special. Oh, is Banshee being microed at the same time, though? So lots of mining time, 9 SCV kills, big damage for Geralt. However, 5 probes did go down. Geralt's third not really mining too much. The main thing, though, is with all that disruption, where's that third command center that I was talking about? So Special now is kind of locked in on 3 barracks, 4 gases, factory and a starport. He's pumping out units, but, well, when does that third command center go down, right? Hey, you've got gas. That's awesome. You can build tanks and medevacs and then libs all day, but as Geralt has a third base and unlocks charge and +1 attack and all that sort of stuff, it's going to be annoying. Banshee sacks itself, gets one probe. Special there. I mean, he's got to feel that pressure you feel as a Terran player. He's building SCVs still, so I think he's going to drop a third on location. I think he's saying, okay, well, we kind of got funneled into that play. It's not what I normally do. The question is, do boys get pulled? That's the big question for me. Only 2 medevacs right now. Oh, he gets the observer. That's very good. So if we look at Gerald's vision, he's got only 1 observer now. This guy here, which is going to push out. He's got the stalkers. Bunker gets sold. Special on non-stop bioproduction. He's building Vikings to counter the Colossi as well. Focus fires on the Marauder. Doesn't quite kill it. Loses a stalker there for not even baiting a stim. Scan sees there's nothing else behind this. Special's just going to continue forward. That time the stalkers do get the Marauder, but once again loses another stalker. Remember, these guys are both playing with a bit of ping. We're on the Central US server. Special playing from Korea. Gerald from Poland. Both playing with about 160 ping. 150 maybe. Tanks sieging very far back. Special does not want to lose all of his tanks. Those back tanks are going to have to move forward now. Well, for now he's keeping them back, but yeah, he's going to have to move them up. And this is a pretty wide open area. Unlike Habitation Station and most other maps that have had this format in the past, Blackburn is not quite as powerful. Oh, he gets feedback. He gets 1 interference matrix, but I don't think that's enough. He's going to stim forward. Now, those tanks are in range of the ramp, so if he can get some bio, if I were him, I would load medevacs and put them up there. Because if you can get Gerald to walk through your tank zones back up that ramp, notice these tanks are going to shell on him. He's going to build missile turrets to both block up the charge and to shoot down the Colossi, as well as to deal with any observers. He's got Vikings there. This is a very scary push. 3rd Command Center did start on location behind this, but there's a 4th starting for Gerald. Gerald does not have that many Zealots. 10 Zealots, 2 Archons, 3 Colossi, 5 Stalkers. Buying time is absolutely the right call. The mistake Gerald's made here, in my opinion, is not getting any Zealots to cut off the reinforce. The rally has just been freely coming across the map, and I think it's a big problem. Oh, he's got depots to block up the charge as well. Those Colossi are going to have a big problem. The Disruptor, I think, is nice because it can definitely shave units off, but with these units just walking across the map, I mean, that's now 5 siege tanks, 6 Vikings, which means you need enough Zealot Archon because the Colossi isn't going to do anything, and 13 Zealots, 2 Archons. I don't think that beats 9 Marauders and 28 Marines. To me, this feels like this might just be a game-losing situation for Gerald. He's trying to just play very patiently and says, come forward, come into me. Come into me. Come on. Come forward. Come too far deep. Let my Disruptors hit you. Let me get a Zealot flank. But he doesn't really have a flank. He's going to all be coming from one big wide open area. Oh, he gets 2 tanks! A great double shot with the Disruptors using their range. A double tank snipe gets a Viking. Wow, Gerald so patient here. He's going to make Special feel like he has to do something. The Marines control click back. They do pull back, but all the tanks are gone. All the tanks are gone. His Marines accidentally move into the Zealot Archon. Another Disruptor shot comes forward. No, he focus fires it with the tanks. The Marines do gun down the Archons. The Vikings all go down, but so do the Colossi. And this position stands. There's still turrets. There's still a lot of bio. But watch out. There's cannons and batteries there. Battery overcharge goes down. Special needs to pull away from the overcharge. He can't fight in range of that. Does he bait Gerald into a bad engage, or does Gerald barely break the back of this push and get on top of it? I think Gerald, with that patient, steady, calm defense and that lovely Disruptor snipe to kick things off on the tanks. That was an amazing, amazing hold. Such patience from Gerald. And Special, should he have elevated units up and tried to do something earlier? Did he need to bait him into a bad fight? Maybe, because now it's gone. There was no follow-up to this. It was 3 barracks, a factory, and a starport, missing no production. He's got a few Marines, a few Marauders, Medevacs, and Vikings. For Special, I think the best call for him right now is to send a drop here, a Viking go land in the main base. The problem is there's shield batteries on all these mineral lines, so even that wouldn't do anything. What I'm saying is high risk, potential higher reward, multi-prong drops. Hope Geralt shits the bed and loses 20 probes, and maybe you're back in the game, but honestly, are you against Disruptor tech? Colossi Disruptors, the upgrades are advancing for Geralt, whilst they are stalled out for Special with the armory, and they're just starting better production, a gold mineral line. And look at the income advantage. That is a 5-minute income advantage that right now is at 1,200 minerals a minute. In terms of raw material, that's an extra 12 Zealots a minute on top of whatever is matching Special's production. You add in Archons, Disruptors, Colossi count being rebuilt. A second Robo just got built there as well. And this is an incredible position for Gerald to be in. A big ball comes out. Special tries to do a hot pickup. Oh, the Stalker's not quite able to get that medevac. You can see Special there trying to set up a position. He's building another factory because he's decided the path back into this game stands with mass tank defensive play. It's also just like Special to do that. He loves mass tank. He really feels like it's a one-size-fits-all unit that beats everything if you're sieged up in the right position. They beat Disruptors, Colossi, they can shoot down High Templar from afar, they smash Stalkers. Not the best first Zealot Archon, but that's what the Marine Marauder and the Ghosts are for. So he starts +2 attack there, +1 vehicle weapons, 4th command center on the way. He's rebuilding SCVs and even taking that 5th and 6th gas. Zealots are going to come in now as Special starts transferring to this 4th ahead of time, but I think this is perfect play from Gerald, who Vikings patrolling the bottom. He's not going to get a Prism in there, but these Zealots can jump on those SCVs whenever he feels like it. A few Marines trying to clear up a bit of the map vision. A nice move by Special. And he sees a big, scary Protoss army. He's only got 3 tanks. That's not enough to really scare back the Colossi and the Disruptors. Doesn't really have enough bio to hold off that Archon Zealot either. I think Geralt senses that he's got a good opening here. Zealots go in from the back. They kill 4 SCVs. It's a little scary with those tanks wedged in. Such a nice defensive position. So Geralt takes a 5th base, and he continues his upgrades. +2 armor on the way here. More gateways, DT Shrine. A 2nd Forge goes down. Storm, High Templar being added in. Geralt is going to try and just cover this map. For him, I'd like to see a few more observers, pylon spotters on the edges. He's actually broken the rocks in the bottom, so he could put pylons down here as well to spot that area. Zealot's going to go up for his own counterattack, but no pylon on the 5th base means that could get sniped down. Really intelligent play from Special, the way he's trying to come back in this. I'd like to see him squeeze a Ghost Academy out now that he's almost maxed. I do think he needs to stay defensive. Geralt is on a lower tier army, but it's a very good army if you're unsieged. Oh, Archon. Archon comes a little deep. Planetary Fortress not quite up yet. The drop in the top right is going to come in and jump on that base. Now the bio here is not... Ooh, it might get separated from the tanks. Geralt's going to go for it. He's going to go for it. The bio is separated from the tanks. The Disruptor shot, though, does find 2 Marauders and a Marine. The Planetary does stand for now. The bio in the top right. Unfortunately, can he get the Nexus? It looks like, yeah, he should be able to. Gets the Nexus, picks up, and he drops on the gold base. Unfortunately, there's a cannon and a battery there, so he changes his mind, goes back, and he will redrop up here and start healing up. So if he can get a bit of healing, bit of micro, he'll be good. But the Zealots do charge on top. And Special forced to continue to use the dead space as well as he can. Oh, another Disruptor shot does land. Planetary looking very low. It's just 750 hit points. It does, of course, have 3 base armor. The Planetary, the tankiest structure in the game. 1,500 hit points and 3 armor. Most structures have but 1 for all races. Spinecrawler has 2. Planetary has 3. I don't know if there's any other structures that break those rules, but I think almost every structure has just 1 armor. Triple drop in the main base, and actually it's time to use some recall, buddy, but oh my god, he doesn't have recall on either of these bases. Watch out for Storm, though! Watch out for Storm! It's going to be the game saver. Whoa, very good juicy Storms. They do kill the Immortal. There's a DT on top. But you know what? He gets the Immortal, 2 High Templar, some Zealots. Yeah, it's not the game-winning drop that we, it could have been if there was no Storm there. It could have killed some tech and probes. But it still gets out of there, after killing that. Special's back in this game. He's still repairing 1 Drilly Boy, slowly touching up this giant Ibex cannon. It's trying to sticky tape a bloody tank back together, essentially. 82 probes are out for Geralt. Geralt's on great upgrades. He's got +3 on the way. I'd love to see him start that +3 armor or some plasma shields. He does so now. Tanks! Whoa! You do not walk into 8 siege tanks. Now, Special's actually blocked his own factory maybe a little bit there. I'm not sure a tank can pop out there, but that tank is definitely trapped in. It's loading up a medevac. DTs do come in and do get dealt with, at least initially. Special's got to be careful because that army's coming over. My god, he's got a lot of tanks though. Wow! Geralt's just going to go for it, the mad lad. The bio being out of position, he says, now's my chance, take those tanks out. But that actually was terrible because those tanks were both sieged up. He didn't have all the information, and I mean, Geralt needs to be getting prisms in. He needs to be backstabbing. He needs to be going to carriers or something. He needs to be, Tempest's great against a siege tank style as well for picking it away from afar, just getting a few of them. And I think he comes to the same conclusion because 3 Stargates go down. Does need to go Cybercore upgrades, though, if he wants to do that. You can't just be going straight into it with no Cybercore upgrades. And 12 siege tanks, 9 Marauders, 10 Marines, 3 Ghosts, 2 Vikings. Not a lot of bio. So I do feel Special still. He's going to try to push because he's got the tank count. And he's just killed a lot of units. Does get rid of some, some shields. Almost gets the Stalker and an Archon. So the problem for Special, it's like, cool, you're on this army, but he's only on 5 barracks. He's only been building upgrades one at a time, so he's only got +1 army. His bio is very fragile. He does not have 6, 7, 8 barracks. He's on not many. His minerals are out. He doesn't have anywhere to mine from. That base oversaturated, that base oversaturated, that base oversaturated. So do you take a 5th base, build 3 more barracks, and play the slowest, calmest game of all time, adding more starports and trying to play mega late game? Or do you try to do a death push with the tanks? It looks like Special has settled on death push. He starts a 5th command center. He does have enhanced shockwaves. He does have vehicle weapon upgrades. I mean, he's not completely all in on this, but he's not doing a lot to progress his production. He will not be able to rebuild this army. He's not really playing to the latter stages. A Marine and 2 Marauders do stim forward. Storm does clip a few of his units, but nothing big. The tank siege. What's over there? I think maybe a DT ran in or 2. And oh my god, Gerald goes for it. I don't think this is the right call for Gerald, but he's got a few Immortals on the tanks. Those Immortals on the tanks as well as the DTs blinking in. Oh my god, those 2 Immortals! The Slayers of the Siege tank. There's 3, in fact. I didn't even see the 3rd one. Dude! Oh my god, without the EMP to cover it, he just did not have enough Ghosts to blanket all those Archon Immortal and EMP. If he got a few EMPs off there, it could have changed everything because that front line of Geralt would have crumbled and the tanks would have been shelling it apart. But having lost those units now, Special's army's reset, and as I said, he can't really rebuild it. He's got +3 bio attack now. He's adding armor. He's trying to rebuild bio tank, but the problem now is carriers are on the way. Plasma shield upgrades does start as well as +1 vehicle armor, ship armor, which is interesting. I wonder if that's a purposeful choice or a bit of a mistake there. I'm not sure from Geralt. I would normally always go for the attack, but maybe there's an argument for armor being better versus Marines. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think it's a good argument, but you never know. Maybe. It's going to float out to the 5th base is Special. I almost wouldn't mind him just taking the top left. He might be a little easier to defend. DT does walk past him. He spots it. He scans. DT says, get out of here. Shadow strides. And, you know, 2021, every Dark Templar apparently is Zeratul from the campaign. 3 scans to kill a DT. Man, that's annoying for Special, who's pretty broke. He's trying to rebuild right now, but his tank count's not quite there. 7 siege tanks out. Geralt isn't really here with everything he owns because he's got a massive 82 probe economy. Tanks are going to siege up. Disruptor shot goes out, doesn't find anything. Tanks do shell, and that should push Geralt back. But Geralt is on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, going up to a 7th base at the moment. He starts +2 air weapons. Oh, he did go armor and attack, apparently. He already had the attack, I guess. Disruptor shot goes forward. Archon goes down. Doesn't find a snipe on this base or anything like that. I feel like if he left a few zealots in the mineral line, it would have been good. Stop shooting your factory. Special realizes and does unsiege his tanks to stop them shooting his own factory. And, the carrier transition is real. There's going to be 6 carriers out in a moment. We've got +1 plasma shields finishing. These carriers are going to be on 2-1-1 in a moment. 3-3-1 for the Grand Army. Medevac's a little exposed there, but does get those out. Still siege tanks covering from multiple angles, but tank shelling. Gonna scare him back for the moment. Oh man. Thor's being added in. He does have +2 vehicle weapons. Thors are very good versus carriers, but I think it's more about just having enough Marine Marauder Ghosts to kill the interceptors right now. And the thing is, if you've got enough tanks to shell the ground army, it can work. Geralt's kind of fighting around a corner there, so not really a good angle for Geralt. Takes a big volley. Geralt's going to have to drop a ball or 2 out here, I think. Just keep that army back, but I like the way Special's kind of pushing into him, keeping that interceptor count very low. The carrier's at dead weight right now, so Geralt really needs to disengage and let his carriers have time to rebuild. Oh, Juicy Lucy! Gets a few of those Reddit point medevacs, and Special's chasing a bit too hard. He feels like he's got to win the game right now while he's got momentum, but I think as long as Geralt pulls back, he'll be good. He loses a carrier. Oh my god, he loses 2 carriers. Nice engage there for Special, shaving off 2 of those big power units. And oh my god, 15 zealots warp in and go for a run by. Actually, Special catches him. A wise pullback by Special. Oh, he can't get out though. He can't get out. Geralt says, you can't leave. There's just not enough bio with this. The 5 barracks production is not enough. The Archon zealots, the Immortals once again. Whenever they close the distance with the tanks look very fragile, and he kills a shitload of Geralt's stuff, but he loses all of his tanks, most of his bio. Special is somehow hanging on this entire game. He's been so behind after his first push got held, but it looks like finally at this point, he does get broken. Geralt able to grab victory. Holy shit, though. He had to work for that. All right, let's go game number 3 here. Gerald starting off with a very standard opening. He scouted across the map, and once again, Special doing a 1-basey sort of opening. However, in this case, it's actually 2 Rex Reaper. This is a really cool build order that he's been doing more and more recently. So he'll be building 3 Reapers. He'll probably stop at 3, but this allows him to get then add-ons on the barracks and go up into basically like a 2-1-1 build. Now, his command center will be delayed to, I think it's only like 210, is it? Something like that, because what? He's queued up, so queue up 1 more Reaper. His gas is a little slow for it initially, so that 3rd Reaper does get slowed down. There we go. By just a few seconds. Kills the probe. Puts a command center down. Now think about it. That's a 30-second delay from a normal command center. So it's not the most economic build, but it is very nice. Geralt here, with no idea what he's up against, is going to try to get in, and he should see that command center. Reaper will clean him up. So he knows now that it's a 2 Rex Reaper, because he sees the 2nd Reaper. Actually, he might not know it's 2 Rex, because he didn't see the 2nd barrack. So he might just think it's a 2 Reaper Hellion opener. Oh, Pylon blocking it. Oh, Geralt with a good wall off. But you need to get 2 hits off because the Shade will only confirm 1 more hit. So that Reaper should be able to get out of there and regenerate. Changing angles the way he did there, very dangerous by Special. He's got 2 Reapers coming over. If he can get 3 Reapers in together, 3 Reapers kick the shit out of an Adept. But as it is, Geralt's getting lots of early damage. This is really bad for Special. So he's going to lose that Reaper as soon as it gets jumped on. And nice grenade. Will bounce those away. Should allow him to get 1 more kill if he wants to focus fire it. The other Reaper jumps in the natural, and it does target that one. This one in the main is trying to run circles. He gets 1 more. This is not great. Not for 3 Reapers. Not for 3 Reapers. He does see the Twilight, and he's still being annoying, but he's not going to be able to get any more. Not with a red hit point Reaper in here. You know, he tries to bounce the Adepts away, and he actually gets a fair bit of regen down, which is kind of insane. He could survive 1 more hit right now. But I don't think 1 more hit's going to cut it. Yeah. Behind this, Starport, Factory, Tech Lab. 3 Marines building at a time. Wants to skip the bunker, so he's getting a lot of Marines out so that he can try to deal with these 3 Adepts. He will have 7 Marines in a moment. Really needs a couple more than that. Against 3 Adepts, you really want to have 9 or 10 Marines preferably, just to really shut it down. Of course, if he focus fires, he can still potentially just kill an Adept very quickly, but if Geralt's watching and pulls back the Adept that gets shot, yeah, you see, notice he shuffled it back even a little bit more than the other. That'll be pretty nice. Now the Marine count is growing here. See, Special though, as he gets those extra 3 Marines, he's like, okay, we can fight more. So he loses 1 more Marine, but he also kills an Adept almost instantly. And Geralt's like, okay, I can't fight that at all. He has to pull off. Now I like that this Marine's going off to scout. A nice sneaky little scout he wants to see. Is there a quick 3rd or not? And indeed there is. Nice raise of the wall. Does block that out. Special's going for a Raven here. Blink is on the way, and Robo-Base. So once again, Blink into Colossus from Gerald, who once again, I mean, I'm so impressed with his hold in that previous match, guys. So impressed. Adepts are going to shade up that ramp. .44 probes are out. 3rd Nexus is on the way. Marines are going to gun down these Adepts. What the fuck is up? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, I love the death animations here on 2000 atmospheres. We are underwater. There are fish swimming all around the map here. Little glowy, beautiful pink fishies. And the units do often float upwards when they die. There is some beautiful, glowing, almost Zerg-like coral on this map. I love these little glowy, tenderly plants as well. Look at that. How cool is that? The details on this map are fantastic. Okay, so it is into 3 barracks here for Special. He's going to go across the map with a Widow Mine drop. Let's go to Geralt's camera. Does he see this leave? He sees it with the Observer, but he does not look at it. Oh, so I don't think he's aware. He just saw the medevac leave, but I don't think he actually noticed it. So that's why we swapped to Geralt's camera there quickly to see if he looked at it, but he was distracted by clearing up Marine spotters. So the Raven's going to go down the right to drop auto turrets in the main, and the Widow Mine drop's going to hit there. So cute little pressure here from Special. Still does not have a 3rd command center. It's a very late 3rd. There we go. Goes down on location now. Widow Mine drop's going to come on in. Geralt not watching. There we go. Does react with his probes. Looked like he wasn't watching at first, but Widow Mine drop comes in. What's the Raven doing, dude? Is this Raven accidentally on the control group? What's going on here? The Raven gets in the dead space back there. Stalkers are dancing around. That Widowmine going to burrow. We'll take out a single dude. The Raven is in the back right now, ready to drop some auto turrets. Special's driving about with a bit of disarray at this. Oh, he's looking for the interference matrix and stim dive. Oh, okay, that's what he was doing. I see. It drops an auto turret to tank and he goes after the probes. He says, okay, if you're going to pull back to your shield battery on the natural, that's fine. I'm just going to kill all your probes. Now, the question is, if he can get out, that would be great. I don't think he can. He's kind of forced to stand his ground and fight. Now he's going to try to run away because the Stalker Colossi was a little bit cautious. Now that Widowmine... Oh, he gets another bunch of probes. It brings up to a total of 17. Special here, finding openings. And this is kind of the thing with Blink Colossus and going for a nice quick third. He's trying to do a lot of things at once, is Gerald. The only thing he really delays a lot is his upgrades. And even that, I mean, he's going to have his +1 finishing soon. So he is going for so many things. He's getting extended thermal lance. He's going Colossi production. He's going Blink Stalkers. If he gets away with all this, it's huge because then he can add the Zealots and the Archons, those less flexible units a bit later, and usually go for a kill timing to take his opponent down. The unfortunate problem that sometimes happens is that you've only got flexible, weak, maneuverable units in the Stalkers. You've got Colossi, which are very strong but vulnerable to the Raven. They're vulnerable to just getting jumped on if they're caught away from batteries. It's a scary moment in the game for the Protoss player. And similar to Game 1, feels like Gerald just isn't quite in position, isn't quite able to deal with it, and he falls behind. Special is very happy to have similar workers to his opponent. He's already building lots of Vikings. He's got that +1 armor that's about to tap on top of his +1 attack. And Medevac does get sniped there, floats off the map, but most of the Marines do survive. The Stalker's on the wrong side of the map right now. The Raven's going to come in, and I think he's keeping it alive for interference matrix, but no, it looks more like an auto turret to us. There we go. Auto turret in the natural. Going to get 2 probes in mining time. Those probes floating off to the surface here. Some of the local fishermen are in for a surprise as these probe corpses are just bouncing. That one bounced off the Nexus. Oh my god. Dude, look at him float on up. Oh, poor probies. Poor Probiuses, mate. He's got some force fields in there which could do really well. I think that's really important for Geralt. So if his Stalkers end up focusing the Vikings and the Biostims forward, he can kind of zone out the ground with the force fields. And he's adding charge. He's adding a second robo. He's going into the disruptors, which will be very good for holding off an attack from Special. Special is not going into a quick 4th base, but he's got a Ghost Academy. He's got an armory. He will be progressing in his tech just very gradually. So I'm very happy that Special's not going all in. He's got a lot of aggressive potential without necessarily overcommitting. 4th Nexus is on the way. And those Marines will get rid of that probe. This Marine comes in and sees the Nexus finishing up. Disruptor count continuing to grow here. Pylon on the right does get spotted. Zealot's very good map control units for clearing up individual Marines, but Special thankfully finds that. Observer in the middle of the map, Zealot on the right, and Pylon. Bunker building here at the 3rd base. He realizes a Zealot run by is very likely to hit here later in the game, so he does want a little bit of prep. 4 Marines perfect to put inside that. 4th Command Center starts up on location, +2 attack on the way here. So Special wants to continue that upgrade advantage that he's had for this game so far. Storm and Disruptors both coming in. The thing you got to watch out for when you're facing off against Geralt is he's very good at using Storm, Disruptors, Colossi, Force Fields, all the fancy stuff all at once. He's comfortable with it. He's comfortable spreading his army out and just kind of using spells as you happen to come into his territory. Oh! Oh, big balls! Unfortunately, they both went for the same target, but not bad hits at all. He does lose his Colossi very quickly, though. I think he needed to spread his balls out, did Geralt, and it looks like maybe just not enough meat. The Vikings just took the Colossi out so damned quickly. And a nice little Zealot run by goes in. The Marines, fucking idiots, just standing there. Sorry, guys, that's me saying that on Special's behalf. He's like, what are you doing? I A-moved you guys over there. You're just watching the SCV line get torn apart. What the hell, man? He does have to land his Vikings. It looks like, I think, a rallying Disruptor maybe got a big shot just before that we caught, or didn't catch off screen. That one gets 3 Marauders. Wow, I really thought Geralt was just straight up dead. Oh, it looks like if he loses these Stalkers, he definitely is. But he's rallying Disruptors out. He's pulling his Stalkers back. He's got another Disruptor popping. And yeah, with the shield battery, does hit a Viking and force a pickup. Unfortunately, a little slow to blink, but there we go. Gets that full medevac. Another Disruptor comes out. That time doesn't hit any of his own units, unlike in the PvP earlier. And the Zealot Stalker is going to come on forward. And they should just barely overwhelm. Man, the bio is really with the medevacs fighting so well against the gateway units. And of course, Gerald's been knocked back to 3 base, so he's definitely in the shitter. He's in a bad position right now. 2-2 upgrades are on the way for Special. Special has a 4th command center finished. He's dropping mules. 4th Nexus only now restarting for Gerald. His hopes and dreams lie with the Disruptor. He has to hope for his big balls to make contact with Special's face. If that doesn't happen, then his chances of winning this game are very, very low. These Stalkers running around seeing if he can defend a little pick-off, get a bit of map vision. But Red Hit Point Stalkers up against Stim Bio, blinking the heck out of there is basically your only choice. Thank you very much. The Zealot comes on forward there, goes in and picks off some SCVs. And a Liberator. Nice Liberator with the counter pressure. These Zealots doing really well, though. Special a little slow to respond here, and once again, he's miscued up the attack move, so the units weren't quite towards the middle line enough. Liberator in the main does get cleaned up by these 3 Stalkers, I believe. Oh, Gerald's got to micro it, though, or they might get caught. That Liberator pulls back, then re-sieges. Now, it doesn't show up as the circle being... Yes, it does. There we go. Once it's finished sieging, we see that it is indeed in position. A Stalker could hit it from down there, so Gerald does have to be a little careful. There's still a Liberator up there just looking at the shark on that top side of the map. +3 attack, +2 armor, 5th command center. Special is building all the things that he needs. Where's his Ghost Academy? He's got one, but I don't think he's built any ghosts. As I say, he does queue 2 ghosts up. Look at the barracks count. He even adds another reactor, interestingly enough, so we can build up that marine count as this game goes on. This is looking really good for Special now. He's way ahead. He postures on the right side. Denying the 5th base, looking to spread Gerald out. Gerald, a massive splash on the left. Almost no meat to go with it. It's just Stalkers and Zealots. But he's got a lot of Storm. And he does lose 1 ball. It gets a good Storm, though. Marine corpses go flying off the left side of this map. On the right side, though, units do come in. It looks like, I think, a Stalker or a Disruptor went down there. Oh, Special accidentally rallies the wrong way. The Bio does pull back, though. He scans and he says, wait a second, I can just kill this. Clicks on the Disruptor. Let's get back to the shield battery. Zealots come out as well. Ooh, nicely done there. Special has to pick up and leave. He's still got Liberators out there that he can always tell to siege on these mineral lines. Could be big. And, I mean, Gerald's trying to push. This is the saddest, most desperate thing. And he drops a Ghost on top of the High Templar. And EMPs. All of them. What a big boy sick move. I mean, that was insane. The Ghost did cop a Disruptor shot to the face in the tail end of that. There are corpses flying everywhere. Oh my god, a great hit there as well. Special actually just took a few really bad Disruptor shots, guys. I mean, he really needs to get rid of this Disruptor count. He needs to get rid of this Archons. 2 Colossi come forward. If a few Zealots join up, they could change everything. But oh my god, some decent enough Disruptor shots potentially. Special, no. If he loses this game, he will cry himself to sleep. He was so far ahead. He's still on 2-2 verse 1-2 upgrades. He's up an upgrade, about to be up 2 upgrades. His +3 finishes. Special needs to pull back and put it back in his trousers. He just walked into a little bit too much of the Protoss splash. Now he's pulling forward. I don't know if he actually has the numbers yet. He does get rid of the Disruptor, but the shot lands! Oh my god, Gerald's done it! I think he's done it! Special should not have fought here. He should have pulled those SCVs back and waited for 1 more round. He has so much more money than Gerald. But I think he was so upset by the previous fight going the way it did that he has not actually been patient enough, and he is tilted. He is swearing at his screen, I'm sure of it. I don't know what's going on in this stream. I'm going to rely on you guys reporting in the chat at the end of this game, and even now, right away, let me know, because I am on a 2-minute delay, so let me know immediately, for anyone who's watching both streams, what the reaction was. Special, I would be pissed if I was him. He just lost a command center, 20 workers, and his entire army. He's still ahead in upgrades, but he's just caught in a bit too much disarray. Gerald making big comeback plays with the Disruptors, with the Psystorms. I mean, the drop was stylish on top of the Ghost, but was it necessary? Was he getting too cocky? I think Special may have thought this game was in the bag, and it's the classic thing. You cannot get cocky against Colossus, Disruptors, Archons, all these fantastic Protoss units. That Liberator finally kills the Colossus, but there's nothing on the ground. Oh, that is a kick to the nuts. That is, he was the one who wanted to kick Gerald in the nuts and take his Disruptors out, but he wasn't able to land the blow. Storm was only half of that. He had to avoid the Disruptors as well. Well played by Gerald.